Hello, everyone. Hey, this is Joseph Skoda, founder of GI Connections and retired Air Force. 21 years and very proud to serve. And I salute all of you veterans out there and those serving now, of course. My son is serving now. He spent 7 or 8 years in the Air Force himself, and we'll see if he makes it a career. Because you and I both know that it's hard to decide if you're going to have the military as a career. Most of us, every reenlistment, we have to think, oh my goodness, can we do it? Can we do it under 4 years, another 6 years, whatever it is? Because we don't know the uncertainty. We don't know what conflict we're going to be in the world. We don't know if our jobs are going to get harder or our pace is going to get more upbeated than we want it to be. Well, anyways, here at GI Connections, we help veterans make that transition from the military life into a civilian world. And I understand that's not easy. Some of us step right into a government job on the base right away, doing something similar to what we did before. That wasn't my case. Even though I had a top secret clearance, SCI, a lot of other things I was involved in, I did not find work right away. In my mind, I was thinking, if I'm getting out of the military, why do I want to work in the military on the base? I could have just stayed in the military longer. And quite frankly, we know the civilian counterparts, at least in the government sector, do make more money than most of us active duty people do. We get that. But when we transition, and some of us are a little lost, looking for work, of course. You have to still pay your bills, and especially if you have a family, that's more challenging than anything else. And many people get out just to go to school with the hopes of getting a better job and career in the future. That's something I've also never understood. You can go to school while you're in the military. Anyways, I understand it. I actually had to take some time off for several months just to finish a couple courses, and it is very challenging. When it took me 12 years to get my 2 year degree, I understand some of those struggles. Of course I do. But when we're transitioning, looking for work, basically looking for a home if you don't already have one, and the money to pay for that, and that's where we come in. Because we help veterans, obviously, with claims. A lot of us file claims, and like Social Security and anything else, we're often denied right away. Because some of us do it ourselves, thinking we put it all together, and others get help, regardless of how you filed, regardless of whom you're working with. It's a 50-50 chance whether you're going to get the results you want right away. I understand that. So what do we do when we're a little anxious, waiting for a decision on our disability claim, or anxious, waiting to see if we're going to get a job or get to the school we want to, or anxious for a decent, safe place to live? Yeah, transition's a little tougher than a lot of us expect. And some people I just want out of the military. I don't want anyone telling me what to do. And therefore, I'm just getting out and gonna look in the rearview mirror. Understand, a lot of us work for bosses where we still are being told what to do. We still are expected to do our job. We still have to wake up a certain time. We still can only live in the house that we can afford. Anyways, with GI Connections, we collaborate with other agencies. We collaborate with the VA in certain ways, and some other service organizations, including Disabled American Veterans, American Legion, Vietnam Veterans, Veterans of Foreign War, so many other agencies out there. Because a lot of communities, I don't know about most, but a lot of communities have something together, some kind of collaborative effort where we help each other. And we try to help out veterans with housing. We try to help out veterans with clothing and showering in some cases, because there's a lot of homeless ones. But probably the most important thing that we all need to focus on is that number 22. You and I know what the number 22 is. It's the average amount of veterans and even active duty that commit suicide each and every day. Now, why is that? Most times because our needs are unmet. Often people shut the door in our face. Sometimes people don't understand. Sometimes someone just won't take the time to listen. And we realize not everyone can help us. We realize not everyone cares to help us, but we just want someone to listen, maybe point us in the right direction, something. We're not looking for handouts. We're looking for, what do you say, benefits that we've earned. For instance, I'm fortunate enough to have my disability where I don't have to pay registration on my car in California. That's a big deal. That's like $160 a year savings. Is that going to make or break me? No, but that's one of my benefits. And other disabled veterans get in national parks for free, or state run parks for free, or discounted at least. Is that going to make you rich? No, but that's something that gives you a little pride for serving, makes you feel a little good about yourself, or quite frankly, putting your life on the line in some cases. And those are all issues that we have challenges with. But what happens when you're anxious and don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone the day after, things like that, when you don't know about your finances? And that's where we come in. We help people. Obviously, I do some counseling to help people possibly get into the career path they're looking for, or even start a business, which has been very successful in my life after the military, and help others deal with some of their pain, their depression, their, like I said, anxiety. Because especially during the holiday season, it affects all of us, even those of us that think we have it all together. We often, something inside of us. Now, how many of us have been around, we know, shell shock, post traumatic stress, some other traumatic brain injury or something else? There's a lot of different things out there, loud noises from cars or fireworks, or heck, someone even looking at us funny. It affects each and every one of us in a different way. But it's so important to get with an organization that collaborates with others. I've been very successful in coaching people to find their purpose. To find their purpose. Because I found when we have a reason to live, a reason to wake up, something that stimulates us each and every day, things seem to be a little better. Our lives seem to be a little happier. We're able to wake up and not have someone tell us to. We're able to have that smile on our face on a more regular basis. And probably more importantly, we're less likely to take our own lives. Hey, it is what it is. It's a sad reality out there, but we have to work together. We have to collaborate. We have to come up with some great ideas so we can share and help pull people up, help people lift people up, help people pull them up if we have to, because each and every one of us deserves a chance outside the military. Now, I know a lot of people who've had Purple Hearts, or who were hurt, who were shot at, who, all kind of things. I know people lost limbs in the service while they're in service. And some veterans, quite frankly, get jumped even if they're on vacation somewhere and shot at. What the hell's wrong with America and other people? Want to hurt our veterans? You and I shouldn't take that lightly. That is the big deal. You're ruining our monuments around the country, good, the bad, the ugly, even the Confederate War. That's part of our history. Don't let anyone take your history away from you. Don't let anyone take your pride in the military. I know a lot about sexual trauma and things that happen also in the military, and that's a big unfortunate thing. And male or female, you need to fight it and get the justice that you deserve, and get whatever else is coming to you. Because we all experience different things, and some of us don't like to talk about it. I understand. I do my better talking one-on-one counseling than I do in a group session, for instance. And I hold a lot of those sessions in both ways. I do a lot of counseling, sometimes in a group, but one-on-one I have the most success because people can be more open. Now it's okay. The group has its benefits also, because you can see someone else has an issue, someone else has something similar bothering them, someone else is facing the same problems that maybe you and I are. So they're both great. It's so important that we reach out and help each other. But I appreciate you being here in GI Connections, and reach out to me. Find out different ways that maybe I can help serve you. because that's my purpose, is to serve others. My purpose is to serve other veterans and their family, because quite frankly, you matter. Have yourself a great day. And once again, I salute you. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye now.
We are standing, willing and able, for God's permission to move. We are standing, willing and able, waiting on.
Listen, check it. Tried to build a bridge, instead I burned it down. I tried to lift him up, but found me beaten down to the ground. I was too weak to face my pain, caught up in the flood that was my rain. We both moved on, but my heart remains there. Oh, what I put you through.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York, so his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience.
Shut up and sit down.
Don't forget to watch Peasy and his frenemies.
Unhinged Insanity
Every week,
on Facebook,
Instagram,
YouTube,
Periscope,
and Twitter.
socialmediashows.com.
Geezy and Frenemies.
So see you there.
E.T. phone home.
Kiss,
Kiss,
kiss.
kiss. Ooh, I love you. Love you, dear.
Oh, kiss, kiss. Okay, I'm going over there now.
got a quick question for you. First of all, what made you decide to get in leadership? You mentioned someone asked you and you found some things you could make improvements on. What about someone else that maybe wants to get into leadership? Maybe not at your level, but somewhere helping the community. Where do you think they should start?
Absolutely. I think that is the lifeblood of community.
Hello, everyone. Hey, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. That's right, G.I. Joe Skoda. In fact, today I'm in the Lompoc Veterans Hall, Veterans Memorial Building right here, attending a Disabled American Veterans District Luncheon, district meeting. A lot of great things going on in our department. We have all of our department leaders here. But today I have an extra special guest, not just not a member of the DAV, but a leader in the community. And we cannot get a better leader in the community than Mrs. Janelle Osborne, the mayor of Lompoc. Hi, Janelle.
Hi, Joseph. Nice to have you.
All right, tell us a little bit about why you're the mayor. What made you get involved?
So I love my community. Lompoc is a very special place, and I started getting involved when I started my own business and was spending more time in town. I commuted for a long time down south, and starting my own business, being in town, I start to have questions about why certain things weren't happening, what could be improved, how we could make our community stronger. And several community leaders answered my questions and then asked me to become more involved. And that drew me into local politics. And I really found that getting to know your community, understanding how it works, understanding how local government works, is an empowering thing. And so I ran for council, and then when the most recent mayor decided he didn't want to run again, the community asked me to step up and run for mayor, and you elected me. And so I represent you at your desire and your vote, and I am happy to do so. I'm working really hard to show the community its potential, help us take pride in our community, and make local government more efficient so that we can all do better and improve our livelihood. That is my overall goal, is for us to have a safe, welcome, and happy community that improves everyone's lives, not just those of us who have the opportunities, but create opportunities for all.
Well, I've got a quick question for you. First of all, what made you decide to get in leadership? You mentioned someone asked you and you found some things you can make improvements on. What about someone else that maybe wants to get into leadership? Maybe not at your level, but somewhere helping the community. Where do you think they should start?
Absolutely. I think that is the lifeblood of communities like Lompoc, especially here, is volunteering. So identify something you're passionate about. If you really want to help children in the community, look at what your school district might need help with and volunteer there, or what one of the youth organizations in the community, like the Boys and Girls Club or the Y or Boys or Girl Scouts. If you're really passionate about seniors, there's so many activities out there, and with a growing senior population, getting involved in assisting with seniors, there are several organizations. Go and do the research, reach out. You're more than welcome, if you're in Lompoc, to reach out to me and I can point you in directions. But there are resources at your local library on the internet that will tell you what these organizations are and what their needs are. If you're really into civic pride and want to improve your community, you can reach out to your city, find out what committees are available, and you can start small, whether it's on the beautification committee, whether it's on the planning committee, whether it's something helping out one of the parks or recreation departments. Volunteering and getting in is a beginning towards stepping up where you want to contribute more, but any little bit helps. So volunteering is the beginning, and it's a sign not just of sharing and supporting your community, but everybody can be a leader when they volunteer and contribute to their community.
Oh, we love that very much. Volunteering is the stepping stone for everything we do in this world. It's so important to give back. I know you just started your tour as mayor, and I'm sure you're going to have many, many more years to go.
As long as the public elects me.
As long as the public elects you. What else would you like to do if you were not mayor right now?
You know, if I wasn't mayor right now, I have a background, both my own experience of being a caregiver for both my parents as they went through cancer treatments, and also with being a professional organizer as a career, working with a lot of seniors that are going through transitions and downsizing. And I find that a passion of mine, is I really want to be an advocate and a supporter for the caregiver community. It impacts families in various ways, and it can impact whether your family has the additional money to support it or you have the money to support it. It still still a loss because you're paying for that. But it's often family members taking time away from their jobs to care for elderly parents or to care for sickly children. It goes both directions, and many families are being impacted by both having to care for a parent as well as children. And so making that decision to step back from your work life impacts family income. Choosing not to step back and hire or have another family member take that on is stressful no matter what, because again, it's caring for family. So for personal compassion and life experience and work experience, caregiving and being a supportive environment for caregivers and advocating for that to be respected and supported is a personal passion of mine.
Well, I love that. Just one more thing really quick. You think your children will follow your footsteps and fall into politics? Or
I hope all children choose to do this. I chose not to have children because at a pivotal point in my life, as I said, I was caregiver for my parents. And I chose to give all of that energy there. In my old age, if I still want to have children, I might adopt, because there are children out there who need a loving home. And adoption is, I experienced adoption. I was adopted as a child, and I would love to give that back when I have the time and energy. So there may be an adopted child far off in my future, but I see my community as my adopted child, and I see all of the residents being someone that I want to reach out and share opportunities. So that's what I see my future is if I'm no longer mayor and I'm not working in a caregiving industry and supporting it, is how do I open doors for other people to be better at their lives, better supportive of their family, and better supportive of the community, because a loving community is a happy community, and we want to get there. We want to be a safe, loving, supportive community, and Lompoc really has all those elements, and I see it around Christmas time, but also year-round in our community.
Wonderful. Well, I want to thank you very much. I thank you for taking the time at the Lompoc Vets Hall right now.
Absolutely.
With us disabled American veterans and other veterans, and telling us a little bit about your story.
You know, I love the fact that you guys are here sharing opportunities to assist our veterans in our community. They are the lifeblood of the retirement community here. We have a military base with the Vandenberg Air Force Base here. We have a ton of veterans here. So being here, helping them through their claims, providing a lunch and a welcoming environment during the dreary holiday rain is exciting and something that, again, makes our community really special. So thank you for that work. Thank you for always being present and doing it.
Thank you again, Madam Mayor. I really
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Well, there you have it from the leader of Lompoc herself, and talk about the other disabled veterans or veterans in general and how we can best support one another. This is the home of Vandenberg Air Force Base and so many other leaders in our community. So, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Join us in Lompoc, California. There's a lot to offer. Have yourself a great day now. Bye.
A fairy tale they say, real in every way.
Hi, my name is Ty, and I'm a fashionista.
Hi, my name is Dolly Wright, and I'm a singer, but I waitress for a living.
Hi, I'm Alicia, aka Catalina Winehouse with Ichigo.
Hi everybody, my name is David Thomas. What I am is a QMHA. I work with people with mental health issues, and I also do a Tina Turner show with the Big Elvis Show at the Piano Bar.
Hi, my name is Maria Pureza Levinthal. I am the founder of Social Media Show.
Hello everybody, I am Kiki Dolas. I am the CEO of Are You It Entertainment here in Las Vegas, and I'm also a club owner.
Hi, I'm Latoria Kern, founder and director of Family Arts at Wayla's Creation.
Hi, my name is Dawn Weir. I'm the founder of The Giving Water, a local nonprofit that delivers water to disasters and people in need.
Hi, my name is Dolores Olson. I'm a home-based business person for DJ and for Beachbody. Also, I'm a chaplain.
Hey, this is Bettina Steinhauer. I'm a clothing designer and manufacturer bathing suits.
Hi, my name is Jessica D, and I currently work for one of the biggest properties on the Strip. I'm also a PhD student, and I own a jewelry business on the side.
Hi, my name is Jamie Springer, and I am a eyelash extension technician for artists.
Your care and your loving smile.
Vision Brothers.
Hi.
Hello everyone, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. You see my lovely shirt, DAV, Disabled American Veterans. I happen to be also the commander of Chapter 82 in Santa Maria, California. But today I'm in Lompoc, California at the Lompoc Veterans Memorial Building, where we're having a luncheon where not only we have the mayor from Lompoc here, we have a lot of distinguished visitors from the Department of California, of course, but the leadership of the Disabled American Veterans. And I was lucky today to corner the commander this year, Mr. Michael Keir. And not only he's a commander of the Department of California, he's also a lawyer. But more importantly than all of that, he is a veteran. And I want to thank Michael Keir for joining us. Hi, Mike.
How's it going, Joseph?
Really good. Tell us a little bit about where you're from and why you're here today.
I sure will. Well, I grew up in Maine. And then Uncle Sam dragged me out here with the United States Army. I was stationed for 4 years over at Camp Roberts, California, so not too far from here. Yeah, so I got out 15, 16 years ago. Sorry to date myself that far back. My unit has since moved over to Hawaii, so, you know, maybe I missed out. I don't know. But California wasn't a bad assignment for me. I love it. And so I spent 6 years in the Army doing satellite communications. Got out and went back to school. I used some vocational rehabilitation money based on my service-connected disability, and that put me through my bachelor's degree. Got that in accounting over at Fresno State. I am living in Fresno. I've been there for a long, long time, since I got out pretty much. Then I used part of that and then out of pocket for my master's in accounting. And then most recently, a couple years ago, I finished with my JD out at a little law school out near the Fresno area. And,
Congratulations.
yeah, so I'm a federal employee right now. I do employment law, so discrimination and disabilities and the DAV is something kind of ingrained in my my DNA at this point. So I am the state commander for the Disabled American Veterans. Something that's amazing and surprises me every day about how humbling it can be seeing all the veterans that we have and what they go through on a daily basis and helping them get the benefits that they deserve. They've worked their butts off to get. And he told me to keep it PG, so I'm trying to do that.
Well, we're curious. Obviously, you're a veteran, and most veterans never step into leadership, but I mean, they're important members, and they do support us who are in leadership in one way or another. What got you involved, not just in the district itself or the department, but what made you get involved and want to be at the top dog?
I didn't have a choice. It was kind of easy. So, I was, like I said, I'm from the Fresno area. We have a VA hospital there. I was getting my services there for a long time. All my medical appointments, my prescriptions and stuff. And we had a little coffee bar there for a while. And one day I was getting coffee, and lo and behold, this nice gentleman comes up and starts talking to me and invites me to the chapter meeting. And as he says, I showed up, and then I kept showing up. And then, it just turns out that nice man who invited me there just happens to be one of our past national commanders, George Steeves. He's out of our Fresno area and part of our chapter and has a long legacy. He was the the national commander at 9/11, so he's got a lot of invaluable experience. And he brought me along and showed me the ropes, introduced me to all the people that, the big players in the state and the national level. He helped me learn what it is to be a disabled vet and to take pride in it and to want to help others. And it was based on that I was like, hey, I don't necessarily crave leadership. I don't need to be in that role. But if the department sees fit to want to put me in that role, the good of the order. That's how I've always been. I was a Boy Scout, did my time in the Army, and that's how I am. I know how it is. And so, so a couple years ago we had a vacancy on the line, and they came and they asked, and I was more than willing to say, yeah, I want to be a part of this because I see the good that we do. The 80,000 almost members we have here in California, the 1.3 million members we have nationwide. We're the largest service organization in the United States, and to see the kind of impact that we can have on a daily basis to go through the different VA hospitals and even in California, the veterans homes, and to see these veterans and the services they are getting because of service organizations like us who fight for them and advocate for them and get them what they deserve and help them in the long run.
Would you want your children to ever follow in your footsteps? Military or leadership, or they're still young, but
they're much smarter than me. I don't know. They're both in college right now. One wants to be a doctor and one wants to be a lawyer. I don't know if either of them.
Oh my goodness, that's young. That's young.
Yeah, but because of my service connection, they through CalVet they get to go to state schools, tuition free, and I wish I had that opportunity.
I wish I had that opportunity also.
But it works out, and they're getting top-notch educations at really good schools and institutions, and it's because I served and did what I needed to do and felt that what I needed to do was important. And I came from a long line of service. My mom served in the Navy. I was born just as she was getting out of service. My uncle was a Vietnam era Marine. My grandfather served World War II in the United States Army as a combat medic. So it's in our DNA. I'm hoping it doesn't end with me, but I've met my kids once or twice, and I'm afraid they're probably not going the service route, but you never know.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We never know the future.
Yeah, but you know what? Like I told them, we have an auxiliary, and they don't have to be a veteran or disabled veteran in order to be part of this movement and the advocacy group and helping us accomplish what we need to do. We have a strong auxiliary here in California. I know that they have a reasonable budget and a pretty good populace that they get out and they get a good voice. And I've definitely encouraged them to get involved with that as well.
Okay, well, one more quick thing. Your half your tour's up. You've got about 6 months under your belt as the department commander. What's in store the next 6 months? Where do you see the department going, the DAV national, and yourself, your own personal goals?
Well, this is our 100th year. as an organization.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a big year
You don't
for
look
us.
that old.
Yeah, well, Botox, right? We're in California.
Your kids might think so. I know.
Yeah, my kids always tell me I'm old.
Me too.
That's the great thing about having kids. But no, yeah, we're just we're pressing initiatives all the time. We have our state midwinter convention coming up in January, the national midwinter coming up in DC in February, and that's where we kind of set the agenda for the upcoming year. So when we have our state convention down near Palm Springs here in May, and then the national convention in Dallas, all those motions come forward and all of our membership gets to vote on what the legislative agenda is for the next year. So we strongly are trying to push all that. You know, we got the Blue Water Initiative pushed through last year. The Mission Act just came through. And those are things that our organization nationally and as a department, we strongly backed and helped kind of propel those things into passing. And they've helped countless numbers of veterans get service that they otherwise wouldn't have gotten.
Sure. That's good. Well, any pointers you have for anyone up and coming in leadership or the disabled American veterans?
You know, just be an advocate. Get out there, meet the powers that be, and not necessarily even just in the department or national, but in your community. There's a lot of people who want to help out service organizations, who want to help out local veterans, local disabled veterans, and make those connections and bring them to your chapters, bring them to your department, bring them to the national. Let us help you just kind of get what we, you know, the more services, the better.
Sure.
The more connections, the better. The more we get volunteer hours, the more we have an awareness within the community. The stronger we are, the better and bigger our voice is at all levels of government, and that's ultimately what we're trying to do, is just express, you know, our agenda, and just holding the VA and our governments accountable for what they've put our veterans through, and giving them the rights and the benefits that they've earned.
Sure. Well, hey, Mike, I know you're a busy guy, and I really want to thank you for joining our community here. I mean, Fresno is about 3-4 hours away from Lompoc, and I get up that way quite a bit, but I appreciate you.
No problem.
Thank you for all you do. Well, everyone, that's kind of how we have it today. We're talking about different veterans. There's different veterans organizations represented in this community. There's different levels of leadership in this community. I'm sure you have it wherever you're living also. But we're put together, we organize federally or nationally to make a difference in Congress, to help our veterans on a bigger level. Some of it's disability claims, like we just talked about, the blue and gray water issues that we've had for years and years, in the Navy, and some other things were going on. So look for an organization you can get involved with, you can volunteer, you can make a difference, and don't be afraid to ask questions. There's a lot of great people out there willing to help you, help us all become better, get the benefits that we deserve, that we worked for, that we earned. However you want to do it, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us each and every week. And once again, this is In the Office with G.I. Joe Skoda. Have yourself an awesome day, everyone. Bye.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York, so his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures provides.
Social media shows
is about
branding, opportunity,
and outreach.
We are an entertainment company that empowers others
by promoting and supporting our community
and everyone who reaches our content.
Here on social media shows,
here we're a family.
We are family. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, sing. We are family.
We are family.
We are family. We are family.
We are family.
We are family, and we want you to be part of our social media shows family.
We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve, so why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the US are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more traffic to your business and ultimately mean more sales. So let's bring the world to you.
Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Skoda. I go by G.I. Joe Skoda because I'm a retired Air Force veteran with 21 years. I'm also the founder and creator of GI Connections, where we give veterans hope as they transition from the military world to the civilian world. Because there's a lot of different challenges that a lot of us have. We connect veterans with resources impacting the world one veteran at a time. Now, many of us veterans have challenges finding our way back into civilian life, and we help veterans find a purpose once again in life, and we give them the tools to make that transition just a little bit more smoothly than they thought it was going to be, or than it is right now during that transition process. Now, GI Connections is a nonprofit organization helping veterans as well as their families seek the resources they need, seek the help and hope for financial, maybe housing assistance, anxiety, spiritual needs, for business as well as personal. Reach out to us at GI Connections and be part of the community where we help each other during this transition process, because a lot of us cannot do it alone. Anyways, once again, my name is G.I. Joe Skoda. You have yourself a wonderful day, and I salute you, veteran. Come join the community. Bye now.